All right. We already started live streaming, so let's activate everything and go to TikTok. Let's see who will join, and maybe check on the mobile who will be commenting. Oh, there's a new this is sad though. There's a new update for my live studio, so let's wait for that. While we're waiting for that, let's do the WSL. Make sure that everything is running correctly, which is, and then move on from there. It's gonna, yeah, yesterday it was really amazing what we did, and today hopefully we are, oops, is it working? I feel like yeah, all right. Let's wait for everybody to join and maybe start with doing some of the stuff for the live server. Cool. Good, good, good. Yeah. So I honestly don't understand how the TikTok live works till now. But yeah, nice. People already started to join. That's amazing. Let me set up actually for you the comment section part. And we are good to go. Nice. So now everybody can comment whatever they want. Awesome. So let's see who will join first. And in the meanwhile, let's kind of like set up like our environment. We have yesterday worked on deletion of formic, yes, but we did like a login page, right? Like a login form kind of thingy. Yeah, we need to actually make this more kind of more, let's say, organized, right? And let's hope it works with us. Yeah, cool. So today actually was a bad day for me. I kind of had a little bit of trauma. I will wait for everybody to join and then I'll start telling you about what happened. Kind of weird situations everywhere. But also, yeah, if you are actually here for the first time, please make sure to actually follow us on Twitch and also on Kick, because we are on Kick, on Twitch, everywhere basically, right? And yeah, let's see how many people joins today. Cool. Use AI, dude. Nice. I will make sure to use AI in the future. All right. 4 people watching, 5 people watching. They are coming in. Hey everyone. Is it your first time in my live stream? I think so. I see a lot of new names. I actually don't understand what is the dilemma with AI lately. Like a lot of dilemma. Like people are really freaking out about it. I mean, yeah, AI is there, but maybe it enhances your job. Maybe it makes you code better, right? Why should we actually panic about that? Cool. I'll wait for some people to join and then we start, all right? Cool. Everything is good. Seems like my TikTok is not actually showing everything. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, I am live. And let me see how many people are there. Yeah, quite multiple. That's nice. Good. All right, let's wait for some other people to join and then we start. I actually posted some of the videos that we talked about. Like for example, I posted some of the Leetcode questions that we actually solved in the live stream. And not only that, I did actually a milestone where I recorded some of the stuff that we are doing here. And let's hope that you guys got everything there and everything was good. All right. I actually also tried to live stream at 60 FPS, so hopefully that's also good for you. And yeah, I hope so. Good. Seems like not too many people for today. Nice. All right, let us organize actually the whole thing. So we have this login schema. It might be actually taken somewhere else, as I have schemas and types. Maybe I can call this contact schema. I don't know. Maybe rename this to contact. What will this break actually? It will break one of the one of the component that uses that, probably in the route. That's what I remember. It was on contact, right? Yeah, actually it got updated correctly, which is really cool. But the second thing to do now is like types, also rename this to be contact types. I don't know, man, like this is gonna be, you know what, let's leave this as is. Let's rename it again and leave it as index. I honestly don't know, but I might leave this to be index. That's it, because types, I can get so many types here. Let me make sure that that's working. And then also contact. Yeah, contact and add types. Okay, cool. That's fine. So what I'm gonna do now is just this. I'm gonna take every actually contact form, or everything that I did as a form, into that. So basically we will have always our form types alone. All right, so how is it going? Maybe I will just go back to contact.ts and leave that as that. This one, what we did, actually we did login.ts right yesterday, right? So I might want to have maybe that to import Zod, but also go back to Control O and here and copy the maybe one more time. Where is my login state? Okay, let's find that login.tsx and the login form, right? Go here and find it and maybe take the schema and the whole thing. Okay, I'll take the whole thing for now, which is okay, I suppose. That's good. And then I'll just go back here and paste. Then we can export this, and I will take this one here and open that and go to our index.type and maybe do this, yeah, like, and import it here. Import login schema, I called it, yeah, from login, and therefore it's more better like this. Yeah, export. That's cool. Yeah, let me see if anybody else joined. Hey Khardin, how are you? I don't know what is happening. I think today we are shadow banned or something. I'm trying to reach out to more people, so let's see if anybody joins. Yeah, they are now starting to join. For some reason it's people are actually starting to join the live stream late, or maybe they didn't get any notification, which is also might happen. Cool. So now that we did that, login here, that's the login schema. Let's go back here and actually maybe the login form and update everything that we need. So we have to import login schema from logging and login type as well. Import login schema type from types, and therefore it will work. These two, we are not using them right now just because we don't have to, right? And that makes sense. Yeah, We are also storing some of the stuff here on success. We are not doing anything. I'll just console log on success or something like that for now. Yeah, just like that, so I can actually leave it for later. Oh, nice. What are you talking about today? Today we are just enhancing the application that we have already. So I'm going actually to kind of do the separation of concern part, take everything away, and see what I can do about that. Yeah. Cool. What else? What do you want me to do? It's up to you guys if you want me to do anything, but I think we are okay following up like that. Good, good, good. Is it me or I'm not actually able to see any comments? Let me actually see this comment section filters. There is actually a possibility that sometimes there's like a high potential spam filter or something like that that is on top of the live stream. Yeah. Now it's not there anymore. Cool. Yeah, let's continue. So for now, I think we have to do the same thing, but with a register form. So what I'm gonna do actually, I might want to create a login where I created the login form. I'm going to create a register form .tsx, right? And this register form is exactly gonna be what the login form has. Okay, so we can do gg that and then go back to our register form, copy paste that, and and for sure this is not gonna happen. We're gonna change everything basically, but the only thing for registering, we need a name, right? So we can start oppositely, like we can start with what we have for our schemas and types. So here we can go like here and login. Actually, we can have it on the same part, on the same schema file, but no, I'll do like a register.ts, right? And I will copy the same thing here in register, but the only thing that I will add probably before the email is a name, right? And it's gonna be a string. Let's do min of 8, right? Like as if it's a password, right? And the message should be this field, like for requirement, this field has to be filled, and that's it. So basically, yeah, it's a method name, minimum. What else? That's it. I mean, we don't need really much. It's just a simple thing, right? And for this register, I will just import it here. Import register. Maybe I didn't actually call it something. I still call login schema. Register schema, right? Wait a second. Doesn't like a register schema needs the password to be doubled? But for now, we don't really need to make it really hard for us. So yeah, let's do it like this. Register schema from there, from register, right? And then just export type. Let me just show you what I'm doing. Register schema, which equals z.infer, and basically type of and register schema. And that's the type of it though. So this is gonna be type, right? Cool. This VS Code? No, actually this is NeoVim, so feel free to ask as many questions about it. NeoVim is more like text editor, but it is kind of like an IDE in my case, right? Cool. Nice. So let's go and fix out more stuff. So now we have the register there. Maybe we're gonna go and create a page for it. So what I did now is nothing, And I might want also here for the route to create the same here as a register one, and I'll just paste what I copied, and here I will just do register, did I call it something else? Register form, yeah. So this needs to be, wait a second, why my layout is not there? Well, it's fine, seems to be, yeah, okay. So this is gonna be, let me CC on this. It's gonna be a register form, that's what I called it. And this register form is gonna be imported. Register, oh yeah, you go from, oh, why it's not actually getting into it here? From add source, or add components, yeah, slash reusable though, and slash, yeah, register form, right? I know why. Might be because in the register form we have a problem, is that this is still called login form. And why it's like that, why it's not exported? It's exported as default. All right, register form, and then I need actually to do it on the bottom as well. Yeah, here register form, and then if I go back and delete this, I just want it to be, yeah, correct. Now it's imported correctly. Nice. Some people actually joined through the short videos, which is amazing actually. I finished learning Next.js the other day. I don't know why I didn't learn it earlier. That's amazing. I mean, do you like it? What do you like most about it? Maybe the router, the app router, maybe you like most, because that's the kind of new thing that everybody feel like it's like wow whenever you see it for the first time actually. But overall, it's one of the best. So I really like it, and I think that Next.js is going popular. Believe it or not, it will be one of the best things that introduced SEO with React, with some routers, with some hook forms that are there for you to use independently, and it was really amazing, right? Cool. I will check your portfolio later. Maybe we finish up with some stuff, and if you stick here, I will actually share with my viewers your portfolio, and maybe we can take a look at it. All right, cool. So the register form is actually as simple as this. Here it might be that it takes like you know what, so for us in here, the sign up button, okay, instead of login it will be sign up, right? And this one will be login instead, right? And we will make it like this. If you have a login, an account, simply login, and that's all like that. All right, don't have an account, or like this, yeah, have an account, simply login, right? What else? Maybe I would just do this like that, because I know that it's actually this inline, I think, yeah. And we're gonna actually add another label, which is kind of cool here. In this case, we're gonna add it actually all of this. So let's call this name, let's call it like this. So basically the inside word, see name. Why it's not doing the same? Well, I'll copy this and just go one by one now and change it. Okay, there I hate the registry part, because if you delete something by mistake, then that will be your next paste, right? Placeholder, it would be John or something like that, right? It's not unique, so you can put whatever. And here also it's gonna be name. Cool. And also here name, my friend. Okay, so it doesn't exist, it says, because honestly everything else is wrong. So this one should be register, and yeah, for sure this one as well, register. And that's awesome. And this one also register schema type. So now it will break this one, register schema type, and this one is gonna be also register schema because the ZOD resolve will take that. All right, cool. Let's actually do this again. No, copy that, and let's go here, and let's go here as well. Okay, now we are, seems like we are fixing stuff correctly. Yeah, there is also one thing that we need to create, right, which is the controller for this. So we have actually API folder and we have this sanity check bar. We have also user. Oh, we have register, thank God. So name, email. Oh, I have actually prepared everything. So maybe guys, you have a question or something like that. Oh, you started already to join. Cool. We are going step by step today. We are not growing that fast. By the way, I stream on Twitch and I stream also on Kick, so I have always to say this. And if it's your first time to actually join us on live stream, you can go to my account, or basically my TikTok account, and then go there and maybe click on our Discord server, and therefore you can see all of our followers and maybe join them for a discussion or whatever. That would be amazing. All right, so as I have the register one, so I will just go here and actually change everything to okay, let me go back to register page, and yeah, this one, and take the name as well, because now I see that there is no name here. And instead of this, I'll do register, and it will be auto imported, by the way, from somewhere. Yeah, here you go. Register. You see there is a problem here. It should be import register from API user, so that's the function, and it takes also name. Correct. So argument of type register schema type. Maybe yeah, I forgot something about it or something. Let me see the API part. So here it's user details that comes as an object, which is good. So email name and password, and here it's saying that name, email, and password is not assignable to mutation function part. Okay, something is wrong. Okay, so here it's not reading the correct. Let me check it. Let me check what it got here. It got the correct function, right? What a mess. It says that register is defined but never used. But here it is used, right? And the mutation function. Oh, wait a second. Oh my gosh. We need maybe to name it something else. Man, this is a bit bad though. Maybe as register API, something like that. Maybe as will work here. Okay, so now it's gonna be register API basically. That will be it. Yeah. And now I don't see my function. Yeah. Okay, return, and here you go. This is register API. Yeah, now it works fine. For some reason it kept throwing errors, right? Nice. Abid said that he made his portfolio with using Next.js, which is actually typically cool. I really like that. So if you maybe you shared with us the link already, yeah, keep sharing with us there. I will actually check it. I have no problem checking it, and let's maybe take a look later on. Okay, nice. So what do you have, guys, for us today? What do you want to talk about? Cool. Oh man, kick is really bad when it came to this part. You can see a lot of problems actually in it, which is really bad. I didn't know kick that is like that. Yeah, we have everything set up. Okay, now let's continue with this. As we have now our register function working, probably the register will not need anything else at this point, because handle login does the same. It just alerts and then mutate the data, which is working through this mutation function. Okay, seems good actually. I don't see any problem with it, and I think all good. So on submit here, just uses the handle submit and then takes on submit. So it takes the form basically directly as data. And that's really amazing for 10stack to do that for us actually. Which is really amazing. 10stack query, by the way. Awesome. So in this case, what we have to do now again is just to go back and test this. So I'm gonna test it very quickly to see actually if it works that good. npm run dev, that's what is working here in this case. Alright, cool. So it should be working now with localhost 5173. So this is gonna be register. That's where I actually remember that I set it up like. So if you want to see it how it looks now, this is how it looks, and it's amazing. If you type here something, it will say that this field has to be something, this also, but what we are interested in actually is the network tab. So if the network now shows something, so let's say here I'm gonna just say John, for example, right? And John has like John at let's say gmail.com, right? And then password though is, let's say, something like 1 to 8 maybe. I don't know if I set up actually rules for the password, but if 1 to 9 is okay, I think that will be fine. Now it actually not calling, it says that this John needs to be filled. Okay, because it needs to be probably more than 8 characters, which is understandable. It's fine to do it like that, but we should not restrict it as much. Honestly, we should leave it to be just simple. So now as you see here, like the form actually shows the data, which is kind of correct. Not kinda, actually it is correct. And here the message user registered successfully, which is amazing. Now let's remember what we did. So it's john@gmail.com. If I just go to the login page now, it should actually redirect you, by the way, but for now I don't have the redirection working. And now I need to paste its password basically. That's correct, and now I'll save it just for the sake of it. 1 second, I need to save that, and let's see if actually it did log in correctly. So now as you see, it gave us the token, which I'm really surprised about, right? So this token now is what we're gonna use for authentication, right? Now that we have this, I need to know how we can use it. Kind of like, how can we make that token work perfectly with our application? Honestly, at this point, I don't know how Express and Passport.js works and stuff like that, but I'm sure that if we call 10stack like that, it might return that authentication, and we stored it in the local storage, which means now that we have it in the local storage installed somewhere. So let me actually look at application and then localhost, and then probably something here. What is this token undefined? Yeah, you see, token isn't actually correct. So let me go back to the network part, and it returned token of that, right? Is this the token that I have from my API router? I don't think so, but in this case, let's try it out. in the login part, login form, basically we are not storing it anywhere. Actually, we are sending that login function, and let's go to see what it does. Yep, it goes and store the token. It returns the token back, which is amazing. But here it sets the token to result.token. Here maybe that is what is happening here. It's actually not known if that might work, or maybe we can console log res. So in this case, if we console log res, we can know what is happening. So in this case we need to log in, right? Log in again. So this is what came back. You see, like it's a big kind of object, and for some reason the response doesn't have any token in it. It has like headers, it has a body, and it has no token, and we need that token. So maybe we need just a response.json, that's why. Oh, okay, wait a second. Maybe const res json equal res.json await, basically. That's what I was thinking. I'm not sure in this case, but const, and then we console log actually that routes.json, because that's what we want actually to see. Let's see the chat, what they are saying actually. Nothing much. I think our stream is just plumbed. Alright, so let me just refresh this. Let me just go and select something for this. Where is my John? That, and then boom. Okay, now it works. That token is from res.json basically. So now I just need that res part to be selected. Yeah, response or JSON. Okay, and then I will delete this one. I will just do JSON.token. That's it. Now if I log in twice, I logged in 1,000,000 times, by the way, it will actually store the correct one. Alright, I feel like now it will work. Cool. Alright, so the network tab is returning that correct one, and then I can just go to application and check the token, and the token actually is correct. So I'm storing it in the local storage basically. Cool, that's amazing, it works. Alright, I will just restart maybe my live stream. That will be probably better, because I feel that it's not spreading as it should be, or maybe I did a problem with TikTok, or maybe wrote something wrong, and I will get back to you guys. See you. Alright, for Twitch and Kick, you are still here, so you don't have to worry about anything. It's just that I will restart TikTok live stream though. Okay, so let's try it again. Go live stream, and I will try actually React plus JavaScript and see if I keep the same live stream stuff. It will probably work better. Okay, now I'm giving you one more time the chance to comment anything you want, and then we move on again. Cool. So now, after that worked for us, the only thing that we need to do now is just to work over that token, which is amazing at this time, because as this working now, we don't have to do anything but actually authenticate So we get the profile basically, and we kind of like get the profile based on the bearer token, because passport.js will do that for us, I suppose. Cool. Let's try that out. Let's try it out. So that might be that we use that in our app.json now with the sanity check part. Okay. Interesting actually. It's very interesting how this works. Hey Alex, good. How are you? Are you new to the chat, or is it me that I don't know you? Maybe you can follow if you are new. I don't know why, but we having like a trouble with TikTok reach today. So welcome to the chat. Let's see who else will join. Maybe actually this is not because of TikTok, it's because that it's a Friday night and everybody actually is outside. Maybe that is the problem. Okay, cool. Do you know, guys, that actually there is a possibility also on TikTok? Oh, okay, Alex is here before. All right. So he's saying that it feels like this, what he's seeing right now, is a bit advanced. But it's fine. I mean, you can discuss with us what you think that is advanced for you, and I will make sure to explain it, right? Therefore, you don't have to worry much about if it's advanced or not. What matters the most about this is just the fact that we talk logic and we talk about what we're doing, right? Which is amazing. Yeah, cool. I have a coffee here that I'm actually zipping for like hours now. And yeah, let's move on. So now actually that the profile part work, I'm not sure about how it does it work exactly with passport.js in this case, but I suppose that after someone logs in, right, you need to get his profile basically, or you need to kind of like take him to the application already, right? So now how can we actually store that profile part, which is I'm actually skeptical about right now. Like, how can I do it? What should I do? I honestly don't know, so I might actually think about it for a second, because now we are actually awaiting when we log in. We need to redirect the guys, like we need to redirect him to his profile. But now maybe after redirection, yeah, that would be cool actually. Yeah, let me do this. Actually, this is gonna be epic. I'm not sure at this case how does it work, but I will do it my way, kind of. Okay, so we logged in, we have everything, and we have the 10 stack router part. So register is here, that's what you need to see, or login page. All right, so let's go to the login page and import like the link part. So okay, if you don't have an account, basically there is the register and you forgot your password, or you don't have an account, so which is the sign up, right? This, by the way, should be a link probably, and this link comes from 10 stack router, and I will show you what I'm doing right now. I'm just changing this one, and then therefore this 2 is to /register, right? And after you register, can I go to file? No, I cannot. All right, so after you register, which is this part, is that what I'm gonna do exactly in this form is that I can send you to login, because if you have an account, you can go to the login part. So this one here, I can do change rather than tag, and I'll do link, and I'll import that link from what is called 10 stack query part, import link from Lucid React, now from 10 stack router. Okay, cool. Now we need also to do something, because if you register, it needs to, if everything is good, if data.ok, I'm not sure in this case, maybe this is register scheme, right? Maybe we need to delete one of our users and try to log him again and see what it does, console log here. Or I can do navigate or navigator use navigate. Probably that's what we need to do. So there is navigate from the router. Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna use that. I'm gonna do it here after this form. Const navigate equal. Is it use navigate or navigate? Okay, use navigate from 10 stack router. Right. Navigate. Navigate. And therefore here, if you register, I'll just do the navigate part, right? And I will navigate you to login basically, right? It says that navigate doesn't accept anything, but type is not able to type navigation option, router, any context. Okay, so I am actually wrong about this. Maybe I am wrong about this. Maybe I am just using it wrong. Maybe navigate equal navigator. Use navigate, I thought. Yeah, let me check how does that work. 10 stack navigate. Because honestly, I don't know what it is. Rick asked, what do you think about Go, HTMX, stacks, MPA? Actually, I think it is more simple and powerful than what I'm doing right now. Because at this point, we are having this issue sometimes that if you do like a small to-do list app with React, that's epic. Like you can do it very fast and everything will be good. But if you actually do something more complicated, the use effects, the help props that you will have there, a lot of things that will make your life really bad. It feels like impossible to solve. So at this point, I think HTMX and Go might be like one of the things that if you're using, you are gonna get really far, right? Okay, so Rick Rod Lukban, that's his name by the way, he said try as never. I think not that's the problem. I think the problem here is that it accepts yeah, if we are using actually use navigator or the use navigate part like that, we need probably to open here an object of where to take people, and yeah, here you go. Yeah, slash login, and let's try it. Basically, let's try this, see if it works. So I'm gonna actually share my screen again and take you to my register page, and therefore from there you can see everything. All right, cool. How many people already watching here? Not so much, but that's fine. Do you prefer Python or JavaScript? I prefer actually Python to start with, but maybe JavaScript later to just, you know, learn web environments and stuff. Okay, cool. So I will do my name, and actually I will try to use one of my email addresses, and here I'm gonna just use one of the typical passwords that I'm using, and now it took me to the correct navigation, which is login, right? So now I have this email that I used, and then I'm gonna just do the password as it is like this. And then if I log in, it tells me, hey, that's your token, and it's stored it here. Probably I am, maybe, what is this input problem? Should have autocomplete. All right, I'll do that later, no problem. But I don't think the password part should be needed an autocomplete, right? I'm not sure in this case. But yeah, seems like good. I'll update this and see if what did it do actually. It's localhost, right? It maybe updated something wrongly. Ah man. Okay, so if I log in, I have my login access there and my login details, and my application has like this token already, right? I am afraid that it's actually the same token all the time, but I think it's not a problem in this case because my token is just in my environment variable. Do you do GWT plus session based auth? Yeah, I'm doing that exactly like Passport.js basically. I did Passport.js. The problem is now I don't know how to do it in kind of like the front end basically, because I didn't do it before as much. Basically, I didn't always, whenever I hop into an app, I find like navigation is already working. So I was thinking maybe to also use navigator here, like const. Let me just get that under this form, or actually it needs to be before. Just const navigate equal use navigate, right? From there it uses Tanstack router. That's perfect. And then here we would just go to this page, right? So now if we go to that page and it works, because now we have Firebase already before, so I'll just do this. I'll try to fill this. I have 2 accounts now here. Let me try. Yeah, and then it takes me to this page. Okay, so this sign up by Google needs to be deleted, and we need to have a profile, use profiler kind of use profiler context to get data from our backend about the profile that we are logging in. Okay, so now it's time to delete actually Firebase, which is a bummer. Yeah, I hate Firebase. I don't need it anymore. Alright, so what we are doing is an auth context. This is my auth context, by the way. I can do this, like auth provider will return me a current user. That's amazing. A loading state. That's cool. I can actually use Tanstack in here, and instead of using use auth, and the context will be auth context, which is basically just the context of a user, which I don't know what type of shit is this. Is create context of user. Where did I do this? Ah, okay. So user also coming probably from Firebase. Oh man. Ah, let me check again. Man, that's bad. Okay, so my user type is, I can use OpenAPI here to just get the type from the backend from Prisma basically, but I know exactly that if I get the profile I can see. So I have here my server. This is my model. It has an ID, name, email, password, then to do's and whatever. This is something else that I'm trying to do, but probably I need only the name, email, and password, and that's what we are getting from @profiler. Okay, so okay, let me show you what I mean by that. Here I have to pass like like this small. Okay, why am I actually doing this? Is there a problem? Ah, because of safety of any. Okay, then I will do one thing here. Const response JSON or res JSON like this equal res.json, and then res.json to be returned actually. And in my case here that I'm storing the token in the local storage, so if I get it here that will work. And then here I will just console log it to just see that I got actually the correct data, right? Alright, so what I'm gonna do in my auth provider port is just that I'm going to call this get profile, right? And this get profile needs a header, which is the bearer token. Oh, it doesn't need anything. It does it for itself. Cool. Nice. Okay. Man, let me see. Okay, might work, might not. Okay, let me just go back a bit to the auth provider. So here I'm saying when I use this context though, let me just go to see where I used it. I used it in the app.tsx. I said to myself, if there is a current user, this is the Firebase part. If there is a current user, which is the context of the use auth, then therefore take him to the layout. Here then this current user needs to return something else, or otherwise just takes him here to the login page, right? Or the login form. Not really, the login page, right? The login form, yeah. Okay, let me see now. Google sign in, fuck that. Delete. Okay, let me check also your comments, guys. Nothing much actually. Alright, cool. Then let's continue. Yeah, I see your comment, Alex. Sorry. last time I was here, you shared some good tips to roadmap website. Now I know which path to follow. That's amazing. Like, honestly, that's 100% what you need to follow in this case. Yeah. Cool. I think today is Friday. People will start to join a bit late. So we are actually connecting to the... We are actually logging in a bit far from usual. We usually actually do 10 p.m. but today I think people are not joining as before. Yeah, my most actually users here are Germans, which means now that they are just probably somewhere having a drink. Nice. So now let me just show you what I did. So if I just log in here, and I will just do this with that John profile, it will just store the token and try to navigate this, but it is not taking him anywhere for now. Let me refresh. Okay, wait a second, what just happened? Okay, so because it's not Firebase, okay, so because it's not connected Firebase wise, yeah, correct. So login form is fine, but not like that though. It's login from login form, no, login icon. Let me see, where is it? The login route, right? Yeah, that's a bit odd in this case, how to call that login route, right? Yeah, in my case I honestly don't know. Yeah, how can we just call the login? Or maybe here we can navigate the user using our auth provider at this point. I'm not sure how can we call the login route here. Okay, maybe I need to search that part. Let me see. The login route. Let me see. We actually can do this. Oh, yeah. So yeah, we need a query client provider probably, and we use a route part. What else? or in this case, because we have actually 10 stack, we can use navigate directly, right? Okay, yeah, we can use navigate directly in this case. That's awesome. Well, all right, that's awesome. So basically I will do it like this. I will delete this one. I will delete also this one, and we will use only the... But why actually the layout is inside this object now? Not really, right? We don't need it. Okay, cool. So if is loading, and then if current user is not there, please return, which is actually a very cool part. Or not return, let's do navigate, or let's call actually the const navigate somewhere up. Navigate equal use navigator, or use navigate from the stack router, and we navigate to that route of 2, and we do slash in this case, right? Or slash login, because there is basically no route at all in this case. Yeah, cool. Let's try it. So now, yeah, it is going there because there is actually no user, but for somehow it's taken too much long to do this. So it's going loading and then go to the app. Oh man, it's taken too much time then. Let's say maybe if current user go there, but why is loading there? Okay, you know what? Let's put that here. Maybe that will save us because we don't need the loading part. There's a bit of flickering in this case because there is maybe an await of that auth context of current user, because it uses this use auth part, and that use auth is using an await function. But why it wasn't doing this before actually? Yeah, it wasn't doing this before at all. Or maybe, you know what, let's return this down below and this is what it was, or that. If current user, okay, it was the Google sign-in part, right? That's correct. So now I will just do this, in this case else. Oh man. Yeah, let me actually get the navigator here. Const navigate equal use navigate, and on the bottom of this, and I can do that with Shift G. I will get the navigator to work here, navigate. But yeah, it won't be something that it will be happy with, but /login. I'm surprised that it is happy with this. Kind of is wrong, but hello Franco, what's up? Franco Mano from Munich. Okay, so my provider now is working fine. Okay, but I don't feel like it's working as supposed to be. Showing an error, object literal error, but let's try again. Okay, here the navigator, if you use navigate, this is what I did is actually wrong. It should be either this or that because it's loading for the current user basically. But what I'm going actually with this is loading, let me check. Is loading coming from is loading, is that coming from the current user? No, it's not. Where is this coming from? Oh, the sanity check part. Okay, so why the sanity check has to do something with this? Maybe the sanity check is not something that we need to do right now. In this case, if the sanity check is loading, load that. Otherwise yeah, if current user, then do this. Yeah, makes sense. Else delete that on top. By the way, I need to return it as GSX for sure. Why it's not done? Ah, okay, so else return this navigate part, but it doesn't need to be return anything. It just needs to be at the end, right? Let me just delete this return. Yeah, the navigate will be there. If there is a current user, then it will do it. Otherwise, it will navigate. Oh yeah, cool. It does work correctly now, but For some reason it flickers a lot. Yeah, I don't like it though. I don't like it at all. But what should I do about it? Actually, this is the correct thing to do it. It's either there is a user, otherwise it just takes you to the login page, and that's it. So now let's actually work this auth provider part, right? The current user needs to be in the use auth, and that's what I actually did with this user from Firebase, and then I will go get this all to be null for now. All right, and I'm creating a context of null basically, or I can create a context of anything because I don't know what I'm gonna put there, right? I'm gonna delete this, delete that, and the children of this is gonna be the context provider. Basically is gonna be current user, set current user, wherever, and then here also I don't know what is gonna, so I'm gonna put it as null without anything. And the load and state is fine, but I also don't need it because I'm gonna use 10 stack. So let's get 10 stack to be here as well. All right, so here we are using use query only for 10 stack, so that makes sense. It's just this, right? So in our case, to use 10 stack, we can just what is Pomodoro? Tomato sauce. Pomodoro is a Pomodoro timer, by the way. So it's kind of like a small timer that I'm using to call out some functions to start like a timeout session. Basically, it starts saying, hey, after 30 seconds do this, after 30 minutes do this, and you have also a ringtone at the end when the timer is done, basically. Cool. So in my case here, my use effect is not going to do anything here. I might actually not use a use effect at all, but I'll leave it there for now. I might just say, hey, const, and in this case, I'm gonna just do whatever is here. So I'm gonna do like is loading, use query, query function, whatever, blah, 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 right? So is loading from use query, and this is gonna take a query function. This query function is like get profile, that's what I called it, from API user, and we need to give it a key, for example the key of user, kind of. So now I want to use the same key, and by the way, this needs to be kind of floating for 1 day, not more. So after 1 day it will be kind of done, right? So I will use the same scale time there. By the way, it's called query key, this one, query key, yeah. And stale time is gonna be 24, and then multiply it by 60, multiply it again, where is the multiplication, 60 again, and multiply it again by 1000, right? So now we know what to return, and we actually don't need this use effect at all. But the glitches, no, let's do it here. Is loading. Oh man, what kind of current user we need for this? Let's actually do the data part. Oh man. Okay, the data will be the value of that. What do you think, guys, of that? I might be not also needing this, right? I might also not need that. Alright, let me delete this, delete that. See if this will serve me anything. This is amazing. Oh gosh. Let me refresh. Let me do this. Fill John. Login. Then it should work. The network tab now is getting something for the profile, but it might be that it just didn't wait for it. Alright, so the profile worked, but it it's not doing it with a good job. All right, so it's pending, right? Something's happening here. Profile is not working, so API profile. Oh, let me check. So the API server part, source routes, so slash profile, that's correct. Slash API slash profile, that's correct. Controllers, it's just to go there and get us the GWT part. Alright, so it's an async request that gets us a session basically, right? And it returns user of rec user. That's amazing. Okay. And also I'm trying to console log what it returns. So if I go back to login and I do a refresh, so now I'm gonna try again to log in. It does give the correct data, but it passes too much fast, blazing fast actually. I'll try to kind of leave the stuff that I have, like for example leave the logs, right? So log in, we have John or the other guy, then that's good. And now it's not calling the profile correctly. Login is done. It returned the preview of a token, but then the profile is stuck. We can see what you see on the browser. Yeah, I can show you. You see here the collection part is working bad. So here, if I just refresh this and I kind of like put kind of my profile and I do a login, it just gets stuck for some reason, calling out. Actually, login works. Preview response, the token is back, but this profile doesn't take anything. So maybe there is a problem. Let's check it out where. I'm sure that it might be also on the front end part. Yeah, it might be also on the API part for the user. Its API profile, it posts that authorization of bearer of token. It can console log the token though. I want to see everything working fine. And then here it says res.json, return that, and then when it happens for this fetch, it's not working correctly for some reason. It is not. Oh, I gotta do any wait here. Maybe that is what's happening. Let me try again. Yeah. So now log in that, and then it moves. Login is there, but my profile session is not returning. But the headers part, it says I passed out the API profile function and there is no preview for it. Alright, how can I log out of this? I need the logout function, by the way. I might just lose the auth token. Maybe that's when I log out. The collection, I don't understand what is this collection part that is failing. Okay, maybe I need to just check one thing, right? Which is where I am in the page or my page. Let me just return back my app to see my new Vim part. Yeah, the response is not there at all. That's the problem. The response is as if it is just not working, right? So here it is a tokenized thingy, and then I wait for that. So same as here actually. Maybe the headers are not happy. The method is post. We are posting to get the profile part. Maybe, let me just check. Okay, you know what? Let me check where I am doing. What am I doing here wrongly? Maybe I have an issue with my login form, right? So after to navigate, it goes to the app, right? And the app checks basically. Where is my app.tsx? It checks for this use auth part, right? Maybe I can just console log this user, console.log user. Otherwise, if there is no user, it will return me to the login, right? Yeah, this is the current user. And maybe I actually need a use effect in it, so it just restarts whenever sometime, but it will restart automatically. Okay, let us actually check the console logs part. All right, I will do it without sharing right now. It's just the fact that if this is all good, then I can log in now. I will just do it fast and then sign up. It will just show me that alert. It will log in the user token, which is from the token part, and when it calls the API profile, it just returns nothing, right? And that network tab is stuck. Alright, I will show you then my network part. I will show you my get profile part. Alright. It's stuck anyhow, so probably it's stuck because I am writing a wrong function for that. Alright, controllers. This is how is it working. So it's passport authenticate, user authenticate, I called it. Yeah, wait a second. So route user authenticate, and that's route user authenticate for /profile /API/profile. Correct. Is this how you do it though? Session false, async request response. Maybe I just need to console.log user rec.user, right? Maybe that will solve the issue for some reason. Okay, let me try it. Yeah, so here I'm gonna just fill out again and try that, and it's not doing anything actually. Passport authenticate probably is a problem. I have a token, I have everything needed. What if I just lose my token? Yeah, that would be also cool. Nice. So I will just try now to do a new token. I have my token and I went back and it says user.ts there, and await fetch /API/profile with the method post. Alright, let me see, maybe I have a problem. You see here, socket hang up. This is probably a problem, right? Let me just API profile, it says, right? So there is like a socket hang up issue. I have no idea what is that. Okay, so now we're logged in and API/login is working, but there is a hang up on this one here. Async the request of that, and it returns that. Return that one. That's a bummer. Yeah, so now I need probably to check out why it's doing that. Do a try catch. Probably that's correct. Yeah, we can do a try catch here. The thing is that it accepts like man, and it should be returning this. Okay, try catch one, and let's just console log the error, right? Oh man, let's do it. So user is undefined, that's what it's saying. Okay, so for now I will use again the same kind of approach with just filling out that and then seeing what will be the problem. And again, there is no problem unless I refresh this and it says still the same token. So it's trying to call it, but doesn't even show me what are the headers. That's the problem. Like, I don't even have a header, response headers or anything. It's just strictly not working. Initiate, get a profile. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. Maybe it's on the back. Yeah, it is with the backend part. Yeah, maybe I can try with Postman. I'm not sure if I have it even installed. Yeah, it's kind of amazing that it works actually. I'll try it out right now. On the other hand, you can guys ask me questions, maybe stick to be here with me, and while I'm trying stuff very fast. So I'm gonna post. You cannot see Postman sadly. To 127.0.0.0.1 and then /API/profile, and let me actually see what it takes. It takes a bearer or a query parameter or headers, kind of a bearer or token, right? I'm not sure. Authenticate, this is what it takes. All right, let me go to the API part. User API/login, that's fine. API/register and API/profile. It takes an authorization of bearer and then the token. Okay, so that's headers, right? So headers, authorization, and then value is bearer and the token itself. All right, let us try that. Let me just copy small token part and I will tell you exactly what it returns because at this point I have no idea. All right, what is happening? Send, and it's an error. It says view in the console could not send anything. It doesn't. Okay, I will do HTTP. Maybe now it does. It's not saying anything. Oops. Yeah, even though that I have a bearer and the token does not send anything. Let me just get API login in a post. Yeah, it's not running at all for it. Yeah, so let me just see what it can do about this. It's kind of weird what is happening. Where is the part that you stuck? I can't understand. All right, so you see here, let me just share with you my screen so you can see it, and then therefore maybe you can see it completely. By the way, I'm not checking Twitch or Kick, but that's fine. here what you can see in the console log is just that if I go to login part and I log in normally, this is how I log in. Basically I just put my John and Gmail or whatever, and I log in. This is the data that I'm logging in with, which is correct, and then okay, then I go to the network tab. The login seems to return all good, so the preview, this is the bearer or the token, right? And let me check, maybe the token is just because the token is coming from the backend as yeah, it ends with G9, right? It's always the same token, kind of. That's probably it, but I don't think so, right? It's fine to stay as the same token, right? It's actually fine. Yeah. So now the token is coming back, but and the response is there, so all good. I have the token. Yeah, maybe. I'm sure that the token part is not going to profile before that. Let me check. So app.tsx basically. App.tsx. It's saying here console log user current, which means undefined in this case. So that's fine. If there is a user, by the way, that's a sanity part. If there is a current user, then move here. If not, then don't move, right? So it's going there for some reason, but maybe I need to change how I log in here in this case. Maybe I need, like, as if this is my my kinda place where I actually check stuff. So let me actually do it like here. Let me maybe get the auth part here and not use the current user at all. All right, I'm not going to use it. So current user, I'm not going to do it anymore. So I'm gonna return directly that, and I'm gonna comment this part. All right, I'm gonna just comment that part. So now what is problem? This console log, right? I feel like something is wrong. Did I forget to this one here maybe? Ah, yeah, for sure. This is gonna just be that. This is gonna be just be that. And now I need to get off this console log of user. Okay, let me see now what happens if I don't check for that user. The profile part is cancelled. That's what it says. It's cancelled, but it's there for await. I don't get it. Like, I put an await for it. So now I'm not even calling it. It still works. Man, okay. I'll just go back. I'll refresh. I'll put this like that and do enter. So now it's kind of laggy as well. The web configure there, the profile is there, login is there. All right, I will go to login again then. And maybe, you know what, I will delete everything. Basically I will delete even the memory part, source, where is it, application, and then token, right? Delete. All right, cool. Now I refresh and I will stop my server basically also and do npm run dev again. Okay, cool. So that's awesome. Now it will refresh. It will take me to login. Yeah, the quality is like this. You can read, I think, right? But that's fine. As now we are just trying to log in again, see what we have. Console log login, that's correct. Now it's given us the token, and let me go up, go to the network tab again, login and profile. What does it say about profile? Nothing. Profile or get profile, that is this one, this await. Nothing. Oh man, maybe. And this res.json, await res.json. I mean, it console logs the token, right? But it doesn't continue with the response. And I'm here bugged about it. Why it doesn't return with the response? So this is the bear. This is the profile part. Maybe it doesn't need to return any response. Maybe that. Okay, it says, yeah, profile is there, wherever. Okay, now it feels like, now if I refresh, it says, hey, it's cancelled, wherever. Alright, maybe then I know what to do in this case. Alright, then I will just edit my, here, like my routes, server routes. Like this function, I need to know if the function that I'm doing for the controller here is correct. I think it's not, right? It's doing the return passport authenticate. I might be actually checking this one, maybe checking if I actually can make it better, something like that. Cool, let me try that. This one is getting stuck. Maybe I can ask ChatGPT about that. Yeah. Maybe we use a middleware here in this case, or like a next function or something like that. Maybe, I don't know, like something like this. I'll just go up, like comment this and paste this part because this is what I found out working. The next function needs to be actually from Express as an interface, and this one here probably will take our, why it's not taking anything in this case, it just returns the next.error or the error user info and next user equal user and next call the function with rec. Let us try that. Maybe that can work. It seems also this one is not returning anything, but at least it says something. It works actually for some reason, and it passes by because it has a token. Let me just try again. So now I'm going, guys, to show you what I did. So I will have to do an application delete of the token, and I will share with you my screen again. And this, here you go, like that. Refresh this, put a profile in it, and log in, right? It will put the token console log there, but when it does this, it says API profile not found. What is about API profile is not found there? Profile not found, and then status on. Create is there. What is this? That's fine. Get data sync, that's another thing. Yeah. Is your yes the main language? Yes, that's my main language, by the way. Yeah. So now this profile still not working because it's returned 4x4 and it says cannot post 401, right? Or 4x4. 4x4. How is that even possible? User authenticate. And I'm sure on my route I have that API/profile, right? Okay, so slash status work, slash register work, login work, profile work. But for some reason, the bearer part, so let me just actually check again the headers. The bearer is there, and it says no for that. Cannot post API profile. Oh, wait a second, because maybe I deleted the whole part. Okay, let me try it again. Okay, so after login, I'm coming here, and now I'm not using any auth provider anymore, right? So use auth from component of all context is not actually used at all, right? So why it's calling it here? That's the next part, right? That's why. Okay, then I will just copy paste this. After the sanity check, I will just do oh man, I'll do data. I'll do data wherever, and I'll do is loading as loading. That's maybe good. Yeah. And I would say if loading in this case, return loading and not is loading. If loading and is loading, basically, why not both, right? And this is gonna be cool. And then I will console log data. Now I messed it up. Yeah, this still returning bad stuff, but I can actually lose the bearer token also again, and I don't have a logout function, sadly, so it will always pass here, but I can log in again. Have you played with Dino yet? I actually played with a bit, not that much, and yeah, I like it. It's faster and stuff, but honestly I cannot stick to anything else at the moment because at work we use only this stuff that I'm showing you right now. So that's it. I cannot really do anything else. Okay, so unauthorized, that's okay. Now I have a problem at least. So the message that I'm getting returned right now is unauthorized, and where is it coming from? Also, it's this undefined part. It says unauthorized. Okay. Why is that? At this point, I'm not sure. The status is okay. The profile is not okay. Oh, by the way, what I'm doing here, login. Or is it called? Register, not register. API profile function. It's called, I forgot actually. In this case, something totally different. It's called get profile. Yeah. So here it's get profile, and here it's user. Yeah, I don't know how even it's called there. Cannot post to that API at all. Again, I'm gonna just do this again and again and again until it works. So it's still saying that it's unauthorized. The bearer is there, but it cannot find the API to post to. Why it's 4x4? For some reason, I honestly don't get it. It's a post, which is correct. Maybe I need just to check again. Maybe it's a get, I don't know. At this point, it can be anything, right? So this is a rec wherever. Okay, maybe it should be an async port. Yeah, it can be an async in this case, right? And then we need maybe to wait here, passport authenticate. Yeah, because here we actually doing an async and then waiting for some users and stuff, and that's correct. So maybe passport dot wherever it is, it takes kind of some times to do its stuff. At this point, I don't know. Yeah, and also it says that app.profile is not working, which I'm sure it's supposed. You see there? Routes.post, and this is a protected profile. That's correct, it's protected, but at this point, it's a middleware, right? Maybe the middleware needs to be kind of like before other stuff to be passing the next part. So attach user to the request. Why is that? Because we are waiting. Okay, where is the user coming from though? Maybe we can do it like that. No, it won't work actually. It won't work. Right now it's saying message unauthorized. So the user is coming from this part, which we are doing the same here, rec.res, rec.status of 201 of user, of rec user. Alright, then I will just do this again. I will kind of return the old one. Okay, let me just return it like this without the try catch part. And I'll leave the rec.user part. An expected console statement. Alright, let's try it again. This is it, and then profile again. That's the profile data, and then this is here. Then if we go network tab, profile is stuck. Even though that it takes the header as API/profile. At least now we don't have like a problem with this, but the response is not there at all. I might actually not know what to do in this case. So this return, I'll just return the whole thing. Maybe the return is the problem, because there we return the passport.authenticate, right? Okay, so it says the same thing, cannot actually find a way to authenticate for some reason. Okay, I will go back to that, log in. I will also delete the memory application part and this token, and see for myself what will happen if I just fill in the same data again. Should not say that though. Okay, the token is there, and now the network tab. I'm thinking that maybe it's it says cannot post to API profile. That's what it says. Alright, let me then show you what I'm trying to do. Yeah. Which is honestly a bit odd in this case. Maybe ChatGPT will have some kind of idea about this, but it might do just the res.json user of request.user and that's it. Yeah. Yeah, so that user authenticates. Ah, okay. Maybe this is what I should do. Yeah. Maybe I should kind of like do the part where I use, as ChatGPT here says, it needs kind of like to get the router to work with the next part, which honestly I'm not fond of at all. Oh man, could it be like that? I have no idea. Okay, let me try it. Here it says that it kinda need 3 parts for it: the user authenticate and then the res.json part, which is honestly odd. First time that I see this. Which is really odd. Okay. Let me add it here again. Next function. Might be now that it might know it, but let's try it. For some reason now profile is working. It is working actually now, and this is not amazing at all. So I get the point, but I don't get the idea of what is happening. So let me explain to you what I can think it happened. This passport of authenticate here is actually a GWT session of false, and then it requires these, and if there's an error, blah blah blah. If not, then rec.user equal user, and then next, and then it appends a new function with the next part. So this is kind of router of a router, or middleware kind of. This is what is called a middleware. And honestly, this is so messed up for me. Okay, cool. So this works somehow, which is honestly odd at this point. Okay, so if it's working like that, then now I have the ID, I have the name, I have the password hashed, and I can use my auth context again, right? Okay, let me just not do anything about it right now, but just maybe to export user authenticate function, or user authenticate controller equal, it takes this one here in its callback maybe, because I don't want to use this. I don't want to use it at all like that. I want to just get whatever in it and then pass it to a new function, which does the job for me. Okay. So is there a possibility that I can just here do a paste of what I just copied? Yeah, so I need to copy this one here, yank it, or maybe even delete it. Okay, not like that though. I'll just delete this one. Alright, and then go here and yank it. And in case of rec.res here, I will just use the res part, rec request, right? Where is it? Not a variable. I need the class part. Man, why this is that bad when it comes to interfaces? I need the request. Okay, whatever. And this response. Alright. And then we just return this of status of 201. And what I'm trying to do is kind of like use this passport authenticate part with its next function to run this. So this one returns this one. So whatever that returns, const request, right? I honestly here feel like this is a bit odd. I would call this user authenticate middleware. Right, and this is user authenticate, kind of. Call me crazy, but I think I know what I'm doing. Yeah, authenticate. So now this reckon resin, whatever it is, it needs actually to get the const user equal not user details, maybe equal wherever the user authenticate returns, right? Yeah. And if I just make this return that, and then do this user details dot user, it might be that it worked like that, but let me just check again. Parse an error declaration of statement, rec is clear but its value never used. Okay. Expect 3 arguments, but got nothing. Alright, I got the point now. Oh man. Okay, rec.res next as well. Okay, let me just do that. Next as my next function. Rec res next. Cannot find name user authenticate. This is what I'm trying to do, but I think it should work, and this is now better, right? Let us do it. Profile is wrong now. It says cannot read property of undefined reading user. Or maybe instead of user at this point, return user detail, right? Okay, it returned nothing. Ah, shit. Let me do this. Profile. Let me just see the console again. Yeah, so the profile is returned as nothing. I honestly don't know what is happening now. Network. Generate. So login. Profile. Interesting. Thanks everybody for the follow, by the way. Yeah. And I'm really seeing a lot of comments from you guys. There's a lot of comments regarding the live stream and stuff. Is it that nice? I see a lot of people joining, but not a lot of people staying. I think there's something with TikTok today. Let me search that. TikTok live issues. Maybe something is happening. TikTok down, it says here. Let's see what is down on TikTok right now. User property, no current problem at TikTok. Okay, so there is no current problems at TikTok, but something happened with the baseline part. There's a bit of outrage somewhere actually. TikTok keeps saying for every video we're having problems right now. Apps keeps closing. People are actually fierce about it. Alright, cool. Let's move on. Let's move on and find out why this middleware part didn't work for us. So this part here takes a passport, authenticate, and it returns stuff, right? And it says, hey, rec.user equal reuser. Maybe. Maybe I just maybe I can just do rec.res again. Okay, maybe I can just make this user authenticate, takes no next function, and takes a resin request, and what it was here, it returns directly whatever it got from the request, right? Okay. So now the middleware part passes to the other request something. So if I call this, I need to chain it now, and I say, hey, look, this will return me something. So if I try to chain it with something, .then or something, right? .rec something request. Come on. It says no. It says no, I don't want to do that. I'll surround this by that, and then just do anonymous function. Do this here. And this user will be rec.user. Find name next, it says. Oh my gosh. It's just the next function, right? This is what I was thinking. It might work like this, but we need to try it for sure. Where is my profile? All right. And profile right now saying no, I don't want to do that. Cannot find properties of then for sure. It's not actually a promise. It might be that I can just. Why then my route accepts that? Right. Okay. So middleware needs to be like that. There is no escape from it. My middleware needs to be always to be like that. Okay. All right. So my middleware needs to be like that, and we don't need to change it at all. And then therefore, this will be like export this user authenticate, right? This will be middleware. And that's it. This is returns basically the res.json for that one. And for sure, this needs to be response. And let me just make it on top for you. And this needs to be no, this should be response, by the way. This should be requests. So it needs to be chained, kind of. Yeah. And this user, yeah, needs to be constant. Yeah, now it works. Now it would work, but honestly, I hate this. I hate it so much that I don't know what is happening with it. All right, cool. Then. I don't know what is that. Is there like a big event today or something like that? Is Super Bowl happening? I want to actually check. Yeah, Super Bowl actually finished. Finished on Monday, 10th of February or something. There was a final already. Yeah, well, let me say biggest events today, or maybe football today. I'm not sure actually. Latest news today. Something happening maybe. I don't know. Yeah, there is the UFA women's team actually in HLR matches, but nothing more. All right, cool. So this actually should be working now, and it should actually does the job for us. All right, so let me check. Profile is working and it's returning 200, but 200 is kind of odd because this needs to have a middleware part. User authenticate middleware. Now this will return something for us. Yeah, cool. It returns a user. Well, fucking hell. Yeah. Friday evening people are actually usually out with friends, and that's correct. But yeah, it's my first time actually doing a live stream on Friday. I think so. But yeah, the problem is, Arena, that people joined actually, like in the beginning, and then it dropped. I was thinking that maybe it's my internet or something, but I agree with you on this part. Probably people are just outside, but I don't care. I already did a lot today, and I learned a lot. I learned about this middleware part, and I'll teach it to you. Let's do it. So the fact is that here we have a middleware that uses kind of like the word next in it, and this next function lets you actually use whatever you want to use and then get whatever you want to get. So basically here the authenticate part uses like an error user info wherever, and also uses like the error status here. It just returns the error here if there is no user already with its passport, whatever. It just returns the status of 401, right? And say message authorized. Otherwise, though, if there is a user, it attaches the user and then it does next. And that next says, hey, pass to the other function that you have for me. And this other function is this controller part, right? So I'm using both of them just to do a middleware part, all right? And now I see in my front end that I already have a user, right? And I have everything about it. So I just need, though, to distribute it. And in this case, I can just use the auth context, right? And I used it here. And it does use query the get profile function of user. And then the data, I can just console log the data here and see what will happen. But I need also to go to my app.tsx and clean up the mess that I did. So my mess here concludes this and this and this loading part. Right, is this it? Yeah. So now I need to return this current user, and I need also to return, yeah, that's it, right? Yeah, to do this current user of auth, and then maybe console the current user, right? Interesting. Let me refresh this. User got consoled 4 times. Oh my days. Oh my days. All right. Then now that I see that it's got consoled a lot, I can just use it, right? So the current user now is being returned as user. So I can just go to this data and just do like, hey, please return me data.user, right? I don't need everything. I just need that data.user part, right? And that context is there for me. And now let's try it again. Yes, correct. Nice. So if there is user.email, or actually if it's just user, right? Then maybe, yeah, I will just do current user, and then if user dot, yeah, I'll return this part. Otherwise navigate. Oh, cool. Let me just refresh then. User is not there. What? Current user. hide error. Where is that error coming from? Let me refresh. It says reading user is not there. Ah, fourth provider. Oh yeah, sure. So this one is like this basically. And now it's there. Now it's working for some reason. It's fine. Alright, let me just refresh again. And it's doing its job. Nice. So now we have the user part getting logged in and the user.ts part. Let me just find that. Nice. I think I might just find it on my API port. Alright, this one, user.token, I don't need it anymore, and this one, but that is fine. I'll call this JSON, and I will return JSON. Oops, it looks bad. Alright, I'll just do JSON, and now I'll just return JSON. Okay, actually it's wrong. JSON normally is better. I'll just actually I can just I forgot how to do it, but I can do G or something. V inside word. Oops. V inside. Oops. Again. V inside word and then G, right? And then I can lowercase that with U, right? Yeah, just without the G part. Yeah, cool. So now that I have the auth part, I'll just try to delete my token, right? And let's see how it works or not. That's it. Refresh. Wow, it works perfectly. That's amazing. That's amazing. I didn't expect this to work, but I need to learn a lot about passport.js, honestly. So now this navigation is not working correctly. Why is that? It's not taking me to the GET request. It says there's a problem with it. Alright, let me refresh. And then I'll try to connect again with John. And now it passes for some reason. Now I need to delete that. Let me just share my screen so I can show you this part. So now this logout and login needs to be also working for our favor. So if I just go to my network tab, so if I refresh this, I will always fall into this page. If I do application and then delete this one, then therefore there will be no user, because my network tab now worked with profile, but the message was unauthorized, right? So therefore it didn't find any user, but the status is still on. Therefore now it just returned me to that page. Interesting. Component then, delete that. Let me just log in with Mr. John. And Mr. John does log in, but I need to refresh. For some reason, the navigation part now is not working as intended. Where is my login page though? Login form. Yeah, on success I said. Oh, wait a second. Query invalidate and navigate to that. So on success of this email and password, maybe I just need to do this here, right? Let me refresh, and then therefore fill in that, and then just navigate again. Fresh, memory, delete, refresh, it's logged in. Okay, that's nice. And then you log in, and then you will be able to see your token, but it doesn't navigate you for some reason. Still not doing that part. Cannot update the transistor, read in app for the loader set state, call inside app. Reactor link is loading. Oops, sorry for that. So there is like an is loading problem of sanity check, and then the navigate part. I'm honestly clueless by now. Hey Franco, how are you? How's it going, mate? I think everybody today is just chilling. They don't want to be here. So TikTok is empty today. There is no people watching. Cannot update the component transition, which is the rest. Oof. Okay. Needs to navigate first, maybe, and then do that. Alright, let me just go to my app.tsx again, see where I'm calling everything. Okay, the use auth part. I think not here, right? It might be the last thing that I want to do. Oh man. Alright, it might be here, like not Firebase now, it's called token part or current user auth, user profile. And here I'm doing everything about that. Alright, so it's loading data come up, and then data.user. Maybe oh man, maybe user like that, will it work? No. Oh my days. Cool. Maybe that's working, maybe not. So here it says that the use auth is called conditional, reactors must be, but that's not true. Now it's not conditional, right? Okay, let me try. Hey, when you have time, can you share what do you think about AI coding tools? Yeah, I can share with you. Well, the problem for me when it comes to that is the fact that like AI coding tools doesn't let you do syntactic operation correctly, which means that you are on the edge of, let's say, building an application like what I'm doing today, and you want to kind of like do like an authentication part, for example the GWT part, right? If you are going actually to do a user login part, right, and the login requires like certain functions, you might need like an attributes for that login function. So let's say you want to expire your token each 1 day, let's say, okay? So in your case, you won't remember, if you use AI a lot, you won't remember what is this, right? Expires in, expires at, whatever, right? It's correctly expires in, yeah. But the thing is that happens is that the fact that people start to use coding AI, stuff like code.ai actually, or like ChatGPT, or maybe the one from Copilot, right? And then things starts to be like shady when it comes to their interviews. When someone interview them, feels always that this guy doesn't have code in the tip of his finger. It feels like as if he's forgetting stuff, which is wrong, because you need to know your stuff. You need to know AI. Yeah, you can use it, but use it. In my case, for example, now I needed to know how to do the route, right? And I didn't remember that the route needs like a string for the route, string, basically API / something, right? But then I forgot the fact that it needs to have the middleware in the middle, and then the controller function there. So if I didn't do this with the next attribute, then I don't know what is problem, what is happening, what is my problem, what is whatever that I'm facing. I want to figure it out. Then that's fine. That's fine to call ChatGPT and be like, hey, do you know what is like wrong with this? And he tells you, hey, what is wrong is that you forgot your middleware. Then that's okay. But for everything, literally, like for every line that you're writing, honestly, then if you do like a simple HTML and you do document and it gives you like event listeners and stuff like that, it becomes like very, very, very stupid to use it at that point, right? Because it does everything for you. So try kind of like not to do it that way. Try to make it clean, right? And try to use it only when you need it, when it's like the last thing that you can use at that point, right? Otherwise it will be a mess, honestly. Yeah. All right, cool. Now it works. We are now done with GWT part. I think let's try it out again. So now we have, let me delete actually the memory application part. So this is the token part. Delete. Then I will refresh here. Then I will just call out this one and do one of my emails. So I will connect with another account now. Now I have my GWT token here. For some reason it connected perfectly. The logout button still doesn't work. Probably for the logout. What should I do with the logout part? I should probably do a login logout route, right? Maybe what should we use for logout, right? Probably a logout function. User logout. I don't have it yet, but I will create it. I will do the opposite exactly of what I have here. So for example, now I have no idea what should I do. No idea, right? I'll just do this export const user logout, user log out equal. I will give it a function as always, right? And I know that it has a rec and a response or whatever. Rec as requests and requests and res as response, right? I don't think that it needs a middleware or whatever for this reason. Okay, so in here I did this part where I actually checked the user, where my email is blah blah blah, and then found the token, and I said it expires in 1 hour. Is there maybe a way for me to do this? For example, I want to just find my my user local storage or something, and then if there is a GW token, then I will call this if token. Let's say token equal GWT. Let's do sign, decode, verify. Token expires error. Okay, I don't have a function that is from JWT. Maybe passport dot authorize, authenticate, maybe log out, user log out. Okay, this seems cool, but not really. And authenticate, what is the opposite of authenticate? So there's session, there's authorize, framework, initialize, authenticate, serialize user, this serialize user. Transform auth info, passport strategies, authenticate. Then I don't know. Let me check. Honestly, I don't know. So in this case, I'll just do passport.js. Logout server function express with GWT, whatever. Yeah. So how properly log out with GWT passport problems. User model. So then he said, hey, use app.get logout and then do rec.logout. Oh wow, this is wrong. This is totally wrong. Build a login and logout app using express.js. Let me check. This is all too much for me now. So v1 server.get, I don't care. Server express, this is all like set up to server. Okay, it works. User schema, why all of this? He uses MongoDB, by the way. So this is the register part, that's perfect. Now we need the login part. Auth, this is what he does. And then he does saved user, blah blah blah, raise.status, it returns that it's authenticated. Find one, wherever. Okay, in my case, I would just need to search for the logout at this point. I don't care. Generate access, that's fine. Authorization logic, that's the get profile part that I did. He's using cookie, by the way. Yeah, all of this is actually not necessary for me. This might be the one that I need. So he requests the header cookie, gets session from the cookie from the request header. And then, okay, from the request I can give it the token instead. And then he says await and new blacklist. What does even blacklist means? Maybe he wants just to clear side. Okay, so he's using something else here. No, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm just looking, actually verify access token, secret, async, decode. Session has expired, please log in. Okay. So now checks if blacklisted or not. And he has a blacklist token access because he gives a unique token probably to everybody. And then secret access token. Okay, so basically if it was altered, then take him outside basically. Yeah, I don't know about this. Is your auth stateless? Stateless, by the way. It's stateless. I think so. That's what I think. I can show you how it works. So it totally depends on, let me just comment this out. And I will comment this one as well so I can show you how it works, right? Let me just also comment this line. And I will show you again. So my login and logout, forget about this button. This button is actually a Firebase logout. It has nothing to do because I had Firebase before. I have a token here in my local storage, right? And I deleted it right now, so if I refresh, it just looks for that user in my auth context and it has no user now, right? So now I have this one, I connected. The moment I connect, look what happens here. It just alerts that and then the token is there, right? For some reason now it's not actually navigating, but if I refresh, keep refreshing, come on. Okay, maybe I'll just go to the page, then all good. It just goes to this page, right? If I delete this and refresh again, it will always turn me to the login page. That's it. I mean, I don't have anything else to it at the moment. Yeah. It might be a bit dumb, but it works. It does the job, kind of. And how did I do that? I will actually share with you the idea. Let me just go and find it. Dun, 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 dun. So in my routes, if you remember, the user login functions, these are the user login. The authentication part, I did just this middleware part here. And by the way, the middleware part, you can read it. You can tell me your opinion about it. Yeah. And then I will show you the part where, the part where I actually did the auth context for it. I did like an auth context and I passed the user data there, kind of. Yeah. So now I'm looking in my app still why it doesn't do the profile part. So sometimes it finds itself also unauthorized for some reason. Let me just do this again. Refresh. Yeah, you can give me your opinion, Riza, and then we can move from there. Okay. If we go to the login part, we need to find out also if our profile is unauthorized or authorized. Okay, awesome. So now I will authorize, then log in. All good. The part that I don't understand is why it doesn't redirect me, even though that I did that redirect. It says that after app.tsx is loading is not working fine from the sanity check, even though that I'm sure it does. The sanity check is working fine, login is working fine. Yeah, so what I did here is there is an auth context, as I said, and that auth context calls for authentication. Let me see. Yeah, and the login part. Where is it? Auth context. Yeah, this one. Maybe the user shouldn't be. Maybe the user shouldn't be the query key that we need in this case. Okay. Okay, I think the auth context here being null is a bit odd. Maybe we need the use effect here for that user, that's why. Or maybe if there is data and we have the user data in the app.tsx port. If the login works fine and the current user can be there, so the current user is not null in this case, then yeah, I'm thinking actually to just do a use effect here, like use effect snippet, and just put the current user part in it. Yeah, const. Okay, use state callback, use state snippet, current user. Yeah, and this one is null for the moment, and whenever there is something, whenever there is data, I just want to do this if data set current user to data.user, if data.user, something like that, right? And then therefore the use effect will work fine. So there's two ways of making logout or stateless methods. The first is client side, where you set stateless token to be expired. Second is maintain the blacklist tokens you no longer accept. Yeah, the blacklist part, because I have actually one token I think that I actually accept as accept from the environment variable in this case. Yeah, but let me try out something. Let me show you everything basically before, but I want to try out something with the application right now, because if I connect, it says use state not defined. Alright, so I think I used use state here without defining it from React. Use effect also is not there. No, come on. Now it's good. Current user is not used. Okay, so not data the user, but here it would be current user, right? Let me try it. Maybe it works. I just wanna try it out. All right. So why I did that? Because I want my navigation to work. So and why I did that navigation part. So if I refresh now, it is always the page. If I lose my token, something probably will happen with my user. Okay, so not component. Sorry, why am I actually clicking everywhere today? So here I'll just delete this token. For sure I need to refresh, but now it knows and it takes me to the login page. So that's why the current user is being watched, right? So now if I just do again connect login, it will, okay, something happened. It should set the profile, but it didn't. No, that's fine. It did the login and gave me the token and set the token in the application. Let me just try again here to login, and then it took me to login again. Login shouldn't be showed in this case, or after login. Let me try to find out where I use that. Login form. So in the login form I said on success navigate. Let me just not do it on success and do it after the data being. I will delete this alert, by the way. I will search for all my alerts and delete them because now they're getting on my nerve. Okay, fs alert, that one, and fs again, fs alert. Maybe console.log data for now. Yeah. Okay, at least. Okay, let me try it out like that. So if I return this limitation of data for the registration and then login form.tsx, after the limitation of data we navigate, though even though here this should be cannot find query client, maybe invalidate queries of user. I don't have a query of user. Oh, okay, the get profile part. This might be actually also good. Okay, let me just get that. Sorry guys, you have to be actually very patient with me today. So query client dot invalidate. Query client, did you mean query client? Oh, I need to actually set it up. Query client equal use query client. Yeah, and this query client doesn't need to be anything here. Cool, so type a string, validate. Isn't it like this, or query client only? Query client. What? Isn't it correct like that? Ah, new, okay, but I don't think so. Should it be new query client? Type string. Has no properties, will come and validate any. Okay, whatever. I won't use it then. I just don't remember what I used in there before. Should be something. Yeah, okay, I'll just delete now this. Sorry, the chat you weren't actually seeing. What's up, Philip? What other languages do you use in this project? I've seen you code GS. Yeah, I do GS and a bit of Python in it, but Python part I just slept on it. It's not necessary with React query. Yeah, it's not necessary, true, but as I use React Query, isn't that normal to use it there? You can use query as your provider for your user. Actually, that's a good idea also. Can you elaborate on that, Rizzo? Maybe you can let me know what you mean exactly. So in the auth context. Okay. So as I did with the main.tsx here, I do a query client provider like this, but doesn't mean that I need to do it on top of the app like this one here. Okay, I'm not showing you my screen anymore. Let me just do this. I will delete this one, refresh, while you guys read my query client provider and maybe tell me if that's what you meant. Because I don't understand exactly what you meant by that. So now I'll just see what I can do. Login, logged in, all good. So if this is deleted, refresh, and then logged in again. I like that the fact this takes you, navigate you, but whenever you log in, it doesn't navigate you at all. Alright, whatever. I don't wanna like hit my head on the wall today, but for some reason the navigate part doesn't take you back. And it says that it's because of profiler part. When someone navigates, let me just do this. I'll just go to application, delete this, back to console log, delete everything, and try to navigate or maybe connect. It connects normal, but if I just delete the token again and refresh this, goes to login, and then network tab, I'll delete everything. Also console log, I'll delete everything. This is really odd. What is happening? Login happened, token is there, but what didn't happen now is the refresh and moving to the other page after login. Alright, let's check why. Login.tsx, the login form, navigate from navigator, mutate the data. After mutation, maybe I would say something here. I would call the auth context in here, maybe current user equal auth. In this case, I'll just import it. Auth. Is it from Firebase? Not really. I have an interface of auth, right? No. What I'm trying to do is just to use the auth also on the login page, because I think that I can navigate users if there is a current user already. And that's what I used exactly in my app.tsx part here. So I called it use auth, sorry for that. So that's the problem. Okay, so is current user, navigate, otherwise navigate. Alright, so let's go back to our login form, and I will do the same here. I'll do use auth, and that is correct, and I will import it. Use auth as a variable from auth context. It's there. Not user auth, use auth, right? Current user is assigned but never used. And then here, instead of navigating in this part on submit, because yeah, that might be correct, but then I will say if current user, then please navigate directly. I don't need you to do anything in this case. Yeah, navigate to slash, right? Otherwise it will just move on here, right? So look at this now. If I just go here, that's fine because I already have, let me show you my screen. I have everything set up and I don't really need to do anything in this case. I refresh, I have a profile and I have data and I have everything, so that's cool. Application, there's a token. If I delete the token and I refresh, there will be a profile anyway that is deleted, so basically I will log in. Okay, I logged in. The problem here is that if I refresh now my logged in, it needs actually to pass me or navigate me there, but it's not working now. Okay, so when I log in, what I said here, if I have a current user, maybe I need to log in the console log this, console.log, current user. Maybe also I'm calling it wrongly here. No, it's actually correct. Alright, let me refresh. Oh wow, okay. I'll just console.log it here. It's null, okay. It's saying null in this case, which is wrong. Because now I have probably a current user whenever this token gets updated. So whenever the token gets updated and I get a token, maybe I need to refresh something, like invalidate the user part or validate it again. So I log in here with the mutation and I logged in and I navigated correctly. Otherwise, let me just try again. If I go now, I have a user. If I delete this and I refresh, it says, hey, you have null basically. Then if I just reconnect, it still says null, which is odd honestly, because current user now should be updating, right, with the use auth. Maybe guys, our use auth is wrong somewhere here, right? Because the current user is always set to null, or it should be user and the get profile part with a query of user. Okay. This is the auth context provider, which is fine in this case. I am honestly clueless right now what is happening. The auth provider needs to update when data is updated, and also when it's called again, but when is get profile is called is only when we use the context, right? Maybe we don't need to set it to anything, because null probably is wrong here. Let me try that. What will happen? It's undefined or null, that's what it's saying. Okay. In this case, I'll just set the current user to something. Do that, just hoping that it might actually refresh on the based on the current user part. So now we have a user, network, memory of application, delete here. That's fine. Then refresh, it will take us here. Problem is that now our user is null 100%. And I don't know what is this part. That's fine. And there is no get profile for sure. But if I connect now, it still says null. But if I refresh, it still says null again. Interesting. Yeah, then we know why. Okay, this use auth then is not of help for us. Okay. Maybe I'll try it one last time, just for this sake of it. Just go here, and I'm logged in, and then I'll try to go to log in again. It still does that for us. Okay. Let us delete that and delete this here. Alright, so in our case, on success of login, maybe we need to invalidate the query of user. Yeah, because that's 100%. And I need also to know how that invalidates. I'll check my GitHub, probably I used it somewhere. Because honestly, yes, it surely needs to be invalidated. Yeah. And our validation part here is a bit tricky, because you need to actually call the same query key. Otherwise it won't work. That's what I know. Right, so let's check out that. I'll check out the client server where TanStack uses that and see what we can do about it. So there is something called query client that we can use as a query client of use query client, which is the hook. So that's the problem that we had here. So we have const query client equal to use query client in this case, and that's it, right? But it says here that doesn't like the invalidation part that we're doing, and honestly it's just that. Nothing to it that we need in this case. Oh man. It says that has properties in common with type any. Is it? Yeah, so here we need to just invalidate that user query probably whenever we actually, in our case, whenever we log in, we invalidate the user, so it just calls again the user back. Okay, let's try that out. So, by the way, thank you for all the followers that are here. We are already 3 followers only away from 8,500 people. So if you are here new, please do that. Please follow. That would be amazing. All right, cool. Then what should I do in this case? So I log in, and then I invalidate that profiler part. Let me check my application. I have a token already. Refresh. I will just go there, and no, I will go to my profile, login page, and then from there I'll just throw out my login and password. And I have now a token. If I refresh, if I go here, cool. But if I just delete that, okay, no problem. What matters is that I still have my authentication details. Cool. I might actually just revisit this and see why the navigation is not working properly, or maybe put it everywhere for now. On submit and on success we navigate for that. Might be that it needs to be everywhere. But in my case I have no idea why it does that. So now I'll query one more time to see if it would work for us. It does get us that, but the only thing that it does not get us correctly is the navigation part. So navigate is using use navigate from, okay, use navigate from 10-stack router, that's correct. And when we click on the submit part, maybe actually it's not calling that at all. On submit it does the login, and let me try again. Does the login again. Let me just empty that. Does the login and get us the token. Status is on and the profile is new, even though that I connect to another profile. Let's see if that works. Profile now is on John Smith, which is fine. It's a new ID. Password is hashed. That's amazing. Okay. But whenever I try to navigate now, it doesn't work. Can we force it? Whatever. I will actually consult the chat when I see a problem in the future when you are more. But for now it's all good, right? It just log in, it does everything that we need, and the application works perfectly. Maybe the logout part, I need to check how that works, right? The logout function probably is a bit more trickier. It just removes the token probably, or the blacklist part that you guys talked about. All right, so then I will just do that later on. So for now I will just store everything. So I will just put that we got rid of auth Firebase and replaced it with a login func with passport.js and GWT. Correct, that's nice. Even though that's a bit odd. But at least we have what we need, right? Alright, so I'll try to summarize what I did. So if you are still watching, just comment in the chat. I just want to see who is here and who's not. That's amazing. I will call out these people who are here as the best people that they are actually following, even though that nobody's watching or commenting with them. Oh, I see actually my videos are going up in views, by the way. Cool. So who's here? I see no comments yet. Tomorrow as well we will kind of have a stream around 10 p.m. CET as well, so you are welcome to join whenever. And we learned our lesson today. Actually we want stream again on Friday, because honestly it's a bad idea. Yeah, we don't need to do it anymore. Cool. As everybody's actually going out probably on Friday. Yeah. Alright, cool. Then I will stop here for today. I think it will be enough. Tomorrow I will learn a bit about this blacklist issue and see how like on the front I can build kind of like an auth context, right? Maybe I did it wrong, right? Because in my case it's kind of not necessary for us to maybe do a React router DOM or wherever. We can use the 10-stack query part, and 10-stack query actually have this use navigate part of it that works completely. So we need actually to find out this auth context, how does it work and how does it actually provide data for us to work perfectly. I'm thinking about it though. How could it be that this context will always use kind of like new user in it, but it might need like a user login, logout, a lot of other functions, right, to invalidate the user and stuff like that. But in this case, I think we learned our lesson, and we will kind of like move on with this context tomorrow and make it even better, right? And should we use the React router DOM? I don't know. Yeah, but we will see, right? Maybe we will need it at the end. All right, thank you a lot for watching, guys, and see you tomorrow. For everybody, bye bye.